I think today we're going to tie a nymph, and this nymph works really well, but first we need to get some of the raw materials. So let's stalk. Hey Molly. Here we go. I think we're almost there. Okay, good. We got it. We got it. Okay, so here we are at the tying bench, and I've got my booty. And Molly's real good because she's a calico cat, so she has white, brown, and black fur. And we're just going to tie a really simple nymph that works all the time. I just have a, this is a number 14 size nymph hook on here. You know, you can use any size you want. Sometimes I put a bead on it, sometimes I don't. Nymphs actually float. They're equal buoyancy with water, so they shouldn't be weighted to look natural. So I've just threaded this with black thread. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm just going to pull down some thread here, lick my fingers, pull off a little bit of fur, and maybe like that too. And then I'm just going to twist. Basically, you just twist and you make kind of a yarn out of this. And again, her fur is brown, black, and white, which I think adds a certain natural look to the whole thing. So there we go. So I've got my yarn on there, and now I'm just going to turn it on. Sometimes I'll put a little bit of tail on there too if I have a little fur, but we're just going to do this one straight up. And what's nice too is cat fur, and I usually just run back once just to give it a little tight, bind it down a little bit. This is my worst vice, by the way. And I'm going to put just a little bit more because I want it to be a little bit longer. So I've got that on there, and just wrap it around like a yarn. Keep going. Whoa! That just popped right out of there. Let me put that back in. Okay. And that's pretty good. Again, I'm just going to run it back over. And what that does is that actually kind of segments the body a little bit. So I don't think it's necessarily a bad thing. I get it to there. I pull a couple pieces of peacock herl. 2 strands of peacock herl. Bind them in. I'm about a quarter of the way there. Take my line back up to the eye, and then I'm just going to do this front third with peacock herl. It's not one of my best flies, but you know what? They work. Trim that off there. We'll trim this other stuff off in a second. We'll just trim it now. Get my half-hitch tool, which of course I can't find at the moment. Here it is. A couple half hitches. Usually we'll just do it. I don't worry too much about making my flies that perfect because, one, I lose a lot of them because I'm casting right up against the shore. And if I don't lose 3 or 4 flies every time I fish, being too careful. So there you go. That's pretty much it right there. Well, here we go. It's pretty buggy and seems to do the job. And it's just basically it's just half peacock curl or third peacock curl and the rest feathers. I don't know if this is, maybe you can see this one better. But that's, I call that the Molly, since it came from Molly.